He's extra excited. All
I
right.
literally got the background music ready and Amelia over it.
Oh, you had it for. Oh, I'm sorry. That's why it was looping. I was like, I know I turned it off.
I turned it all the way down to where it wouldn't be too loud. Put the loop on, Amelia over, letting the redneck voice loose. I love it, man. Show sucks. All right, let's dive into it, man. Let's go around the league real quick and give everybody kind of an update, or not an update, a preview, if you will, of what's going on in the National Football League. Really excited about some of these games. Obviously, tonight kicking off. Raiders at the Broncos. The Broncos are 7-2. Raiders are 2-6 traveling into Denver. Broncos have been red hot at home, 4-0 there at home. So that should be a fun one to watch this evening after the show. And then, of course, kicking off things early Sunday morning on NFL Network, the 3-5 Atlanta Falcons play the 7-2 Indianapolis Colts in Berlin, Germany. So I'm going to be rooting for the Falcons there, even though they're an NFC team. I kind of want to see the Colts come back down to earth, although that could bite us in the rear end later, huh? Probably should be pulling for the Colts there, shouldn't I? Should be Packers.
You think Sauce will have a day?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I tell you, that team, they're ready. They're ready to win now. That's for sure. And that happened quick. And the big thing that many people aren't talking about the Indianapolis Colts, they got one of, if not the best offensive lines in all of football. They built that offensive line the right way, and I think that's why they're in every single game, week in and week out. So what do y'all think about that? You think the Falcons got a chance there? I mean, it's neutral ground. Weird things happen overseas there in some of these football games.
You said they're in Berlin?
Berlin. It looks like Olympic Stadium in Berlin, Germany.
Well, I would just say to, I guess, Daniel Jones, Guten Morgen, which means good morning, because they're playing a morning game. See how I tie that all in together? He's slated at 241.5 passing yards against Michael Penix. Don't say it too hard there. 231.5 for Mr. Michael Penix, who, I think that he has shown some definite capabilities. But to your point, Clayton, I'd like to see the Colts kind of mop up the Falcons and just kick them back a little bit.
I like it. Emilio, what do you think?
Yeah, that'd be ideal. And you just got to knock off the NFC teams, but we'll see what happens. It's an early game. You got to travel. We'll see who's prepared.
Yeah. Up next in the 1 o'clock window, kicking things off, the 2-7 New York Giants. They're 0-5 in away games. Travel into Chicago, who are 5-3. They're 2-1 at home. I think it goes without saying we're going to be Giants fans there early Sunday. If my schedule falls into place, I'm going to be going live during this game and doing a little watch party, a little hate watch party on the Chicago Bears.
Fun.
we did it that one weekend. Yeah. It was a lot. It was a blast, wasn't it?
It was the best time I think I've had. Knowing that it doesn't really matter. When you're watching a Packer game, you're so nervous the whole time. When you're watching another team play, you're just cracking jokes. You're having a little play-by-play. It was good, man. I loved it.
Yeah. So, Emilio, what do you think? Do you think the Giants got a chance to win that game? People soon forget. I believe it was it the Giants that beat the Eagles earlier this year? Am I thinking right? Is that what happened?
Yeah, it's tough that you lost. You don't have Neighbors, you don't have Scatterboo, you have Mr. Dart. I think that he just needs to put the team on his back and do whatever he can to try to bring that win home. But they're scrappy. I don't think they're going to roll over. I think that it's going to be a battle because we got to pay attention to that as well. Who are we playing in a couple weeks here? We got to go take care of I think the Giants are actually right after the Eagles, so we need to be ready, one, to watch that team, know what's going on over there, and two, be ready and hoping that they can beat the Bears, but not take it to us.
Yeah, and I agree, man. With Scatterbo out, that one hurts. That one hurts.
Yeah, they're next. Yep, and we got to go to MetLife for that.
Definitely. So again, we'll be doing a live watch party for that game, 1 o'clock, and the other 1 o'clock game that we're going to be doing. It's going to be we'll be keeping up with both of them. Is Ravens at the Vikings. Okay, 1 o'clock on Fox. The Ravens 3-5. Lamar Jackson is now back. They're 1-2 on the road. They're traveling to Minneapolis to play the Vikings, who are 4-4. They're 1-2 at home, so something's kind of got to give there. Really like the Ravens' chances of going into Minnesota and winning that ball game, especially with that veteran defense of the Ravens going up against a rookie quarterback who people were acting like, I said this earlier on the live stream, people were acting like J.J. McCarthy was playing like Joe Montana last week. I was like, I mean, the way they were talking, I was expecting to log on and see 320 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, no picks. He didn't even crack the 200 mark. I was like, why is everybody all the hell about J.J. McCarthy all of a sudden? I don't know what I'm missing there, but we'll be pulling for the Ravens in that game, obviously. We want the Vikings and the Bears to both lose in that 1 o'clock window. Jacob, you're right up there in Vikings territory. What's the buzz like up there, man? How's it feel up there? Do you think the Vikings are going to knock off the Ravens at home?
I don't. To Jen's point, let's go Lamar. He might be a little rusty when he comes back. I do think that for once in their career, once in their history of being a fan base, Vikings fans are a little hesitant to throw all their eggs into that basket of J.J. McCarthy. To your point too, Clayton, he hasn't been really perfect. We haven't seen a polished game. It is odd, isn't it, though, that all of a sudden with all the hate they had on Jordan and all these young quarterbacks that need to perform so quickly, JJ has kind of been babied along. He's had some times to come out and show some stuff. It seems like they've almost kept him hidden, maybe even falsifying some certain injuries that he couldn't come back from, yada, yada, yada. That being said, they do have Justin Jefferson slated at 77.5 as his over-under receiving yards right now, which I think is a little generous, but that Ravens defense has been pretty suspect than the Ravens defense we're used to in most years.
What do you think, Emilio? How do you feel about Ravens at the Vikings, sir?
Ravens need to go on a run, man. They need it more than the Vikings do, though the Vikings need it pretty bad. I think that it's even more on the Ravens. They were picked to be a front runner at preseason. They had a real rough start, had an injury to your starting quarterback, and then you kind of get on a roll. I think the ball's rolling downhill for the Ravens. I think they'll probably take care of the Vikings.
I like what Ed Madden says here, Jacob. Thanks for highlighting that. I like the Ravens too. Roquan and Hamilton back on defense. So it sounds like they're going to be getting Kyle Hamilton back there at safety if he's been banged up. So that'll help a lot there as well. So again, we're going to be doing a live watch party. It may be for the entirety of the game if I can get settled in time. Get a Japanese steakhouse down the road. They do a Sunday buffet, so we might be rolling in a little late. I'll be snoring on camera. Jacob will have to talk most of the time, but it's going to be a good time. So make sure you check that out. What we could probably do, Jacob, you'll have the Vikings locally, won't you?
I will, but you're talking – oh, no, that'll be Sunday. Yeah. I should be good. Yep.
Cool. If you can make it, you can keep up with the Vikings game. I'll have the Bears game on, and we'll do kind of a simultaneous play-by-play somewhat.
Yes.
It'd be fun. It'd be like a redneck stripper pole red zone channel for you on the day. Right?
Perfect.
There you go.
Yeah.
So another 1 o'clock window game. The 6-2 Buffalo Bills travel to the 2-7 Miami Dolphins. Looks like the Bills are 2-1 on the road. Dolphins are 1-3 at home. You never know about these division games, but my money would probably be on the Bills to go down there and smack them in the mouth. How do you see that one, Emilio?
Yeah, I think Mr. McDaniels there, he's got to have to try to show up there and make it happen. But too old for this, calls it the redneck zone. I think
Love it. Let's go. I need to create a graphic.
Perfect.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we're gonna have to title it and everything.
Jacob, don't let me forget. We're creating a graphic.
Oh, no, those worlds really do coincide there. So, yeah.
Man,
No,
you
it
just
works,
snuck me
though.
up here too. Look at this, man.
What you got there?
The last one,
You're already on
Halloween
Christmas cookies, man?
No, it's a cat, bro. It's a Halloween cat.
Oh, it's one of the ghost ones. Okay, yeah.
We got something left here.
The
So
Pillsbury
guys would be-
one? Yeah.
You'd be so proud of the joke that I won't make. I had a goodie.
thank
Yeah, I
you,
bet you did,
Jacob.
Jacob.
Go ahead, Emilio.
No, it's just the Bills should walk away with this one, but the Bills should have beat the Patriots as well. And remember, the Bills are a great team, and everybody thinks that they're the best. So keep an eye on them and how they handle that team. Maybe they work them 40-7, and maybe it's a knockout.
Yeah, I love what 2 for this says. Complete with commercials for Zen and Marlboro. There you go, Marlboro Reds. So
I love it.
got to have the Reds. All right, let's move it along. 1 o'clock window. Also, the Browns at the Jets. Man, what a crappy game. The 2-6 Browns at the 1-7 Jets. What's left of the Jets as they sold the farm, obviously. I think my money's on the Browns in that game, boys. I'm just telling you, the Browns should be able to go in there and smoke their head. Somebody showed a graphic of Garrett Wilson earlier. I'm like, oh, that's right. That's all that's left is Garrett Wilson. I love his heart. He's like, what the hell just happened here?
Someone was trying to say that Garrett's excited now because now they have all these draft picks. They can bring in a bunch of talent and make them better. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm too drunk to taste that chicken. That's crazy, dude. Absolutely crazy. All right. Go ahead, Jake.
No, it's just Dylan Gabriel, 184.5, slated in that game. Justin Fields, 169.5. The people that thought that the Justin Fields thing was going to have a resurgence, that he might have to, actually be respected as a good quarterback in this league, I don't know. That seems to be going down the drain faster than the Browns.
Go ahead, Jake. You're muted now. What the hell happened?
He said he's going down the drain faster than the Browns and started laughing so much he had to mute the mic because he lost it.
He's professional.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, next game. Let's awkward silence. 1 o'clock window on CBS. The 7-2 Patriots are 4-0. They're the road warriors out here, boys. 4-0 on the road, going into Tampa, who's 6-2. They're 2-1 at home. Let's go, Patriots. How cool would it be if the Patriots could go in there and knock off the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, knock them down to 6?
That's going to be a battle.
That would be
a really good game. I'm going to want to try to peek in on that one.
I wonder if Jim Nantz, Tony Romo is going to be calling it. And also, look at over here at AccuWeather. Look like we got some thunderstorms in the forecast, a little rain falling. Come on, let's go. What do you think, Jacob? You got any over-unders for that?
I do, and it's like we just talked, that seems like it's going to be a very even match. The over-unders seem to agree almost identically. Baker Mayfield, 244.5. Mr. Drake May, 245.5. I don't know if you guys went to school, but that's almost equal.
I like that. That's only one away, right?
Yeah, buddy. Exactly, as a matter of fact.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I would definitely take the Patriots over that. One, because I want that to happen. Two, they've been kind of on a roll here. 4-0 away. They've gone into Buffalo and won. They just have a little bit of grit. If this is where it falls off, so be it. But let's hope that they can pull one up against the Bucs, slow them down a little.
Also in the 1 o'clock window, the Saints 1-8. They're 0-4 on the road. Go to Carolina to play the Panthers, who are 5-4. They're 3-1 at home. So the Panthers coming off a extreme high there with that win over the Packers. I think the Panthers probably handle business here, but you never know, man. It's a divisional game. Maybe the Saints can get hot and pull an upset there. We definitely want the Panthers to lose this one, though, right?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you. So if the Panthers go ahead and win it, right, that's all right. Maybe we feel a little bit better about the game. The Saints come in and beat the Panthers. What's the end? I mean, everybody's going to just start losing it online, right? Because, you guys let the Saints beat the Panthers and you couldn't do it?
I could care less what they say.
Agreed.
What I want,
exactly,
any team that might potentially sneak up and knock the Packers out of the playoffs later on, I want them to lose. Listen, you can say it a million times, and the negative fans will still harp on that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Those games happen every single week in the league. Every week in the league. Just like people are probably hearing me say there's no way the Saints are going to beat the Panthers. You keep saying that, and there's going to be a game this week that nobody sees coming, and it's going to be an upset. It happens every single week, every week. So, again, I'm hoping the Saints beat the Panthers personally, and I could care less what Hambubker789 says over on Twitter about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, Ed Madden, watch the Saints upset the Panthers. I can see it, man. Next, 1 o'clock window, the 5-3 Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to Houston to take on the 3-5 Texans. The Texans are 2-2 at home, and the Jaguars are 2-1 on the road. You like the Jaguars' chances there? We showed a graphic earlier on defense, and if I remember correctly, look at the Texans, guys. They have the best pass defense in terms of EPA per dropback at a -0.13. The Jaguars like to throw the football with Trevor Lawrence, right? That matchup, to me, it kind of tilts towards the Texans, I think, especially being at home. I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans upset them there. So what do y'all think about that one? Anything you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming C.J. Stroud must be facing some injuries. Davis Mills slated as the starter with 211.5. Trevor Lawrence, 205.5. I just think, to your point, Afham's coming in with the hot Duval. I hope we don't have that drop anymore. Just saying. J. Cole confirming CJ is out. Same with Jen there.
That makes it a lot tougher.
It just seems like the Jaguars, for how seemingly hot they started, they just fell off a cliff really quick. And, like you said, the Texans defense, they are looking pretty good.
Yeah, J. Cole makes a good point. He says, I think that Cardinals game may be the game that we were just talking about. Every week there's an upset. The next game here, Emilio, 3-5 Cardinals travel to the 6-2 Seahawks divisional game. Kyler Murray is out for the foreseeable future with that foot/ankle injury, I believe it was. So they're going to continue to roll with Jacoby Brissett and going into Seattle, one of the toughest places to play up there. I think the Cardinals got a shot to pull off the upset here, man. They're 2-2 on the road, and the Seahawks are 2-2 at home. Something's got to give there.
Yeah, hoping the Cardinals pull one out here. Slow the Seahawks down a little bit, but you got to contain JSN. You got to contain Sam Darnold, who's not seeing ghosts anymore, and we just got to be ready to because that could be a team that we see later on in the year, right? The Seahawks being a super strong team could be an issue or a competition for us. And yeah, the Cardinals they didn't go away easy when we were playing against them, and they've only lost their games by a handful of points. So I think that's going to be a good one. Hopefully they can pull it out.
Yeah, I agree. Darnold is tied right now, as it actually is moving right in front of me. So he's either number 1 or 2 as the highest slated passing yards with 256.5. Jacoby Brissett, to Clayton's point, at 229.5. He is playing good football. To Afford's point, Seattle is so hot right now, very hot.
So hot right now.
Like Hansel. Like a lot of the people in the quote, JSN is having himself quite a year. I believe. Who else did they just get traded over there? Was it He's something that I could not believe.
Yeah.
So they got another crazy good receiving core there, and we'll see what they do down the stretch. It would be nice to see them take a loss, though.
This receiving is tough.
Every time we get a Zoolander quote, I always just want to say, "Dare lick my bowl." Such a good move. All right. So 2 over this says, "LOL." At the Vikings for letting Darnold and Jones go. Yeah, that Vikings team will be scary right now if Darnold was still with them and playing at the level he's playing now. Now, would he have been playing at that level? Last year would suggest he would, right? He was an MVP candidate for most of the year. So, moving along, this is going to be a doozy year, boys.
Oh, yeah.
6-2 Rams at the 6-3 Niners. NFC West showdown out there. 4:25 kickoff. Eastern time, of course. The Rams 3-1 on the road. The 49ers 2-1 at home. That's going to be when you're going to want to sit down, kick your feet up. I'm going to build a little fire downstairs. It's going to be chilly on Sunday, and I'll snooze off by halftime. But we're going to watch a snap or 2 of this one.
Yeah, the only thing with that one is it's tough. It's not really a home game for either of them, right? One of the fan bases can definitely swarm that. So I remember, I think it was the last year when the Rams played them, and it was a Rams home game, and there was so much red in the stands. So it's like you get might be working with silent count, but Matthew Stafford's on a heater. I thought his back would have been slowing him down a little bit more this year, and that is the opposite of what's happening. Hopefully Tay Adams, keeps doing his thing.
Yeah, this is tough for me, Jacob. As Jen Wright says, who do we want to lose? I love how she said, who do we want to win? Because we don't want either of them to win, but we got to pick one, right? So we'll say it like that. Me personally, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm kind of a closet McVay fan. I like McVay. I think he's a great dude. I think he's great for the game. I think he respects the game. He respects the history of the game. Grew up in a football family around the game. I think I'm kind of pulling for the Rams. They got Davante Adams as well. Love Davante Adams. I kind of like how that team's built. At the same time, though, the Niners already having 3 losses, Jacob, it would help the Packers a little bit if they could knock off the Rams there, right? I would imagine.
Yeah, and I unfortunately do kind of agree with you. I've been scarred too many times in my life to ever root for the 49ers organization in any way, shape, or form. Can't stand him. Absolutely hate him. I respect the Rams. I respect McVay. I like the fact that his team respects him so much that they dress up for him as Halloween, give him a little lighthearted ribbing. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. Yeah. And to your point, our boy Davante's over there representing. To me, that's an easy pick for them. But mathematically, I think you're probably right. We should probably hope for the other way, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
What do you think, Amelia? Who do you want to win in that one, man?
Yeah, I'll take the Rams as well. Tay, Mr. Sean Dolak, and Sean McVay go to town.
Which Lance says, "Free Jacob. I hate the Niners." I think we all do, right? I think that's something we can all get behind. So, all right, next, the 5-3 Lions at the 3-6 Commanders. The Lions are 2-2 on the road. Obviously one of those 2 losses being at Lambeau in Week 1, and then the Commanders are 2-2 at home. Lions are playing pretty good football right now. How cool would it be, though, if the Commanders knocked them off on Sunday? That would help the Packers tremendously. That's a 4:25 kickoff on Fox there, Jacob. How do you see that one, man? You think the Commanders got a chance to win that one?
It's a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance, though, type chance.
We got a little rain, too. Look like it's probably a 50% chance of rain out there in Landover, Maryland.
Okay, I'll take that. I mean, the Commanders have been very up and down this year, obviously, with the up and down Daniel's having that horrific. I can't even. Every time I see that kind of stuff, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies. Marcus Mariota just did jump up from 200 pass yards just a second ago to 207.5. So apparently, whatever I just said kicked it up. Jared Goff slated at 250.5. It's a snowball's chance in hell, but I think the Commanders, if they play their type of game and the defense comes ready to play, who knows? Any given Sunday. What if that's the game where we're sitting here? You know?
I would be very excited, Jacob. Thank you very much. If you would send the Lions to 5-4, I'd appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I forgot about Jaden Daniels. He dislocated his elbow, right? Is that what happened there?
Oh, yeah. Oof.
That's nasty.
Nasty.
You get that sometimes on these tough Sundays, right? So, all right. And then the game of the week. That was a hard one to watch, Corey said. So, the game of the week here, Sunday Night Football on NBC, is going to be the 5-3 Steelers at the 6-3 Chargers. That's going to be a good ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to be rooting for Aaron. You know how I feel about that. That's going to be a lot of fun to see him go out there in L.A. and try to get that win. He might even get to sleep in his own bed. The team won't let him do that.
Hey.
You know, back home in Cali, that'll be a fun one to watch, man. I hope the Steelers pull that off.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers slated at 215.5. Justin Herbert 256.5. So he's also tied. We're one of the top 3 highest projected pass yards there. And in case you guys are wondering, Aaron Rodgers rush yards 1.5. I don't know.
Over.
That's a tough one. In a game, though, when it gets down at the end of the season, we have been seeing him to get a little more aggressive, and I feel like he's playing a good ball, man. I don't care what anybody says. He's playing a good ball. To Clayton's point, it's almost like watching when we're talking about the Rams, kind of the same types of players that we've had that long history of loyalty with. I am not going to be mad if I watch Aaron Rodgers play great football.
Yeah. I almost thought, Emilio, he could get 1.5 on a QB sneak, and then I thought they don't use him like that, do they? Remember when they did the tush push and he just stood back there and went?
That is great. I love that.
Great pose.
Classic 12. But yeah, no, I hoping for Aaron to still succeed and do his thing. But the Chargers also are battling. Both their starting tackles are out for the season. So they lost Joe Wall to a season-ending knee, I think it was, and their other tackles.
Was
so
that Sean Slater? Was that the other one?
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough game for Herbert. He's gonna have to put the team on his back, which he can do. He's a talented quarterback. Night game at home, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
And obviously, we wrap it up with Monday Night Football. The 6-2 Eagles traveling into Lambeau to face the 5-2-1 Packers. The Eagles 3-1 on the road. The Packers 3-1 at home. Something's got to give there, right? That's going to be an awesome. I can't wait, man. It's going to be absolutely awesome. They're saying game time, 30 degrees right now. I think last I've seen a 15% chance of flurries. Maybe that's changed, but that should be a blast to watch. Obviously, we're going to have the rest of the week to dive into that and everything else. Jacob, is there any other comments you want to hit before we move on to the playoff predictor? I'm excited about this.
Yeah, absolutely. Deadfish, who's a longtime favorite of the show, says this is odd. The Rams are 1-2 against the NFC with their only win against the Saints. The 49ers are 6-1 against the NFC. So, man, I tell you what, that maybe shifts the scales a little bit, but still, I just screw the 49ers, man. Can't do it.
There you go. You heard it from a fan right here. All right, guys, if you're watching this video back later, let us know in the comments. What do you think about the Week 10 slates? Is there a game we maybe missed in terms of, hey, we'd rather this team win than that one to help the Packers out? And if you're a fan of another team, chime in. We have other fans roll through here all the time in the comments. Believe me, they usually come in here and talk crap to me, but that's okay. Let us know how you feel about your team. If you're not a Packers fan, let us know in the comments. And if you want to, hit subscribe. You ain't got to come back. Just hit that sub button for us. So help the old algae out. Click like and click that bell icon if you do want to know when we go live here in the future. All right, let's do it, boys. Let's jump into the playoff predictor here. I'm excited about this, man. This is a new site that I haven't seen. I apologize for the ads. It's going to be a little bit annoying, but there's nothing I can do about it. I wanted to sign up, but there's no way to sign up, so they're just going to sell us ads the entire time. Bang. Can you guys see this okay?
It's pretty good.
All right. So I'm going to explain what you're seeing on the screen here, okay? On the left side here, that's your Week 10 matchups, and you can pick teams, and it changes the playoff predictor, okay? So you can pick the winners outright. And then playoff participants, this is how it sits right now. The Colts are the number 1 seed. The number 2 seed is the Patriots. 3 seed is the Broncos. 4 seed is the Steelers in the AFC. The 5 seed is the Bills. 6 seed is the Chargers. I just realized that. So that Chargers game, that's going to be between the 4 and the 6 seed. That's really, really cool in the AFC there Sunday night. And then you get the number 7 Jacksonville Jaguars are the number 7 seed. In the NFC, the Eagles are number 1, Buccaneers 2, Seahawks 3, the Packers are 4, Rams are 5, 49ers are 6, and the Lions are currently the 7th seed. And you can see how the North, all the divisions shake out right here. So what we can do is we can go through this whole slate of games, and we can pick each game, and you're going to see everything adjust as we go. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So let's do it. Let's start with the Las Vegas Raiders at the Denver Broncos. Who are we picking here tonight, boys? Which way would y'all like to go?
Gotta go the Bronx.
Yeah. I'm excited to see Pete Carroll on TV, though. Haven't seen him all year.
There you go. So you'll see it change in real time. Bang, we picked it. They're now 8-2 down here. So everything will change as we go. All right. So now they jump up to the 1 seed. Okay. Falcons at the Colts. That's the game over there. Ian, say it for me, Jacob. Where's that being played?
Guten Morgen in Berlin.
That's it, right? So I think if we had to pick a team here, I want the Colts to win, right? And I think they're probably going to win. Do you guys disagree with that?
Same. Nope.
Same. All right, so let's pick the Colts. So now the Colts are back to the number 1 seed. The Broncos are number 2, right? All right, moving along. The 1-8 Saints at the 5-4 Carolina Panthers. All right. But who do you think has the edge there? Do you think the Panthers take care of business, or do we want to go Saints here? And we can click off of it too. We don't have to set it in stone. Like if you want to see what happens, like for instance, you see the Panthers here, right? They're sitting in second place in the South. So let's pick the Saints to win this game and see what happens. See if anything changes. They're still second place, so nothing really on the line there for the Panthers. If they win, they jump to 6-4, and they're still not in the playoffs as it sits right now. So what are y'all thinking with that one?
Carolina, I think.
All right.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, moving along. So we got the home teams dominating here so far. The 2-7 Giants at the 5-3 Bears. As you can see here in the North, the Bears are currently in 3rd place, 1 game ahead of the Minnesota Vikings. If the Bears win that game, right, look how quick they could jump the Lions. If the Lions lose this week and the Bears win, all of a sudden the Lions are in 3rd place in the North. Isn't that wild?
Wow.
Yeah. Now, if the Giants win, you're going to notice the Bears are going to stay there in that 3rd place spot because we haven't gotten to the Vikings game yet. But there's really a lot on the line already for a Week 10 slate of games. This is pretty wild. Jacob, what do you think about this one? Would you go Giants or Bears in this one?
My heart is telling me the Giants. My head is unfortunately saying maybe the Bears.
Bears. Too much to overcome there. Emilio, do you agree with that?
Yeah, but I'm going to just stick to my guns, and I'm going to pick Mr. Dart to go ahead and take it all for us.
All right. Well, I'm going to be the tiebreaker, so I'm going to pick the Bears. Okay, I feel like the Bears have the advantage there with Scatterbo, being out obviously for the year. I think that takes a lot of wind out of their sails. Continues to. It's on the road in Chicago as well. We know that field is absolute trash 90% of the time, so that will probably play a role as well. So again, that would improve the Bears to 6-3 on the season. Next, you got the Jaguars 5-3 at the Houston Texans at 3-5. Who we want to pick here? I'll let you go first this time, Emilio.
I think it'd be the Jags.
I agree. What about you, Jacob?
Yeah, Houston's defense is playing good as we talked about, but I just think Jacksonville's going to come out with a little more to play, and I think they get the dub.
There you go. So if the Jaguars win that game, they're going to hold on to the number 7 seed. They're 2nd place in the AFC South there. Deadfish says the Texans. Jen Wright says Jacksonville. Love it. Love it. All right, 6-2 Buffalo Bills at the 2-7 Miami Dolphins. I think we would all agree probably going to be the Bills, right?
Yep, Bills.
All right, so if we pick the Bills in this game, did it freeze up on us? Look at this. It did. No way. Oh, here we go. Oh, there it is. You got to find the sweet spot. All right, so the Bills, shut up, Jacob. The Bills now improve to 7-2. It's wild. 7-2, and they're the number 5 seed. Isn't that crazy to think about? So, obviously, that would put them in 2nd place with the same record, same win-loss record as the New England Patriots as it sits right now. So, next game, Baltimore Ravens at the Minnesota Vikings. It's going to get interesting. The Vikings dead last in the North as it sits right now, right? Up to this point of this simulation. If the Vikings were to win that game, they're still in dead last.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty wild to think about. So, if Chicago takes care of business, the Vikings cannot jump out of last place in the North, to the best of my knowledge here. What are we thinking? Baltimore Ravens or Minnesota Vikings here, guys?
Ravens.
I got to go Ravens, yeah.
Ravens? All right. So let's go Ravens. So that would mean the Vikings would fall to 4-5. Ed Madden agrees there in the chat. All right, moving along. Let me go get this scroll down so we can get that. All right.
We got the toilet bowl.
Exactly. So we've got the Cleveland Browns at the 1-7 Jets. I don't think anybody cares who wins. I would think the Cleveland Browns have the advantage here, right?
I agree with that.
Yep.
Let's go with the Browns there. All right. So the Jets are the worst team in the league according to this. Well, it's them between them and the Saints up to this point, right? So probably going to be able to get him a franchise quarterback next year. New England Patriots 7-2 at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 6-2. This is tough. Emilio, what are you thinking here? You think the Patriots win that game? You think the Bucs got a better shot being at home in the rain?
I think the Patriots got a chance. I think Drake May is playing some really good football right now. I think that he does have a shot to go ahead and upset Tampa at home there.
Got it. Jacob, you agree there? Think the Patriots win that game, man?
I do. I think Drake May is just playing really, really well for how young he is. I'm going Patriots.
Yeah. Deadfish says Bucks, although I want the Patriots to win. Ed Madden says Patriots. We're going to go Patriots. It's unanimous here. All right. So the Patriots, notice the Bucks are the number 2 seed before this game. Patriots win. The Bucks fall all the way to the 4 seed. Now the Packers are the 3 seed. So that's on the line there. Pretty cool. Next, you got the 3-5 Arizona Cardinals traveling to the 6-2 Seattle Seahawks division game. We talked about, I think it was split 2-2 at home, 2-2 on the road. Has Arizona got a realistic shot here with Jacoby Brissett to go into the 12th man and try to upset Sam Darnold and those Seahawks boys? What do you think?
I'm just not buying that. I think that they're the battle of the birds there. I think that the Seahawks are going to come away, especially at home, with the new acquired talent they have, and JSN just playing out of his mind. I don't see the Cardinals being able to stack up.
Same.
We got joint care ads over there, not those joints, Jacob. Get your head out of the gutter, all right? So, do you agree, Emilio? You thinking Seattle here? All right, so let's see what happens. Seattle's the number 2 seed, right? Let's click on them. They jump to the number 1 seed all of a sudden,
That's
right?
crazy.
Win that game. If Arizona wins that game, Seattle falls all the way to the 7th seed. So that's a big shakeup to go. Literally, you win number 1 seed. This is before the Eagles game, of course. You lose, you're all the way down to the 7th seed. But we'll keep it set at Seattle there. So they're now the number 1 seed up to this point. 6-2 LA Rams at the 6-3 San Francisco 49ers. Who do we think is going to win that one, boys? What are we thinking here? Most likely scenario.
I'm sticking with LA.
Okay.
Same.
All right, so we're going to go with the LA Rams. So the Rams are currently the 5 seed. If they win that ball game, they're going to remain the 5 seed. If the 49ers win that ball game, all of a sudden the 49ers are the 5 seed and the Rams fall to the 7 seed. But we're going to keep it with the Rams. So the Rams are in the 5 seed and the 49ers at this point are out of the playoffs.
And that with the Rams winning, that brings in the Lions into the 7th seed.
There you go.
And the Bears. So, I mean, you're playing with fire.
So now you get the Detroit Lions 5-3 coming into Landover, Maryland to face the Washington Commanders, who are 3-6. We all said the Lions probably going to win this ball game, right? Did we agree on that with Jaden Daniels being out?
Yeah.
Hope
for the Commanders, but you know what? Screw it. I picked everybody else against them. Commanders are going out there and taking the dub.
You know, I like your thoughts, man. I see a little Giants, but little Commanders, and that's what we're going to do.
See, we're going Commanders here. All right, let's see what happens if we pick the Lions, okay? So the Lions are currently the 7th seed. If they win that game, they jump to the 6th seed, all right? So not a whole lot of movement there. They just jump up 1 spot. If we go Commanders, Lions are out of the playoffs all of a sudden.
I love it. Look at Carolina coming back in there. I thought they were a bad team.
We're going to have to tune into that game, boys. There's a lot on the line right there. I just hate that Jaden Daniels is out. It sucks that the Lions are lucking up and getting that game out. Yeah. Dead fish Lions, but I just threw up in my mouth. So
yeah.
All right, next you got the 5-3 Steelers on the road, the 6-3 Chargers. Steelers are the 4 seed as it sits right now. The Chargers are the 6 seed. What are we thinking, boys? What do you want to pick here?
AR-12.
AR-8.
Yes, yeah, that's right. I want to root for Rodgers. I just think the Chargers at home are a little bit more dominating. I think I'll go with the Chargers.
I'm going to go Pittsburgh on this one because I feel like the Chargers, all those LA teams, it just seems like their home field advantage just doesn't really, whether they play good at home or not, it just seems like away crowds typically take over. So I'm going to side with Emilio on this one, Jacob. But if we pick the 6-3 Chargers, they would improve from the 6th seed. Nope, they would stay the same as the 6th seed. If Pittsburgh somehow, some way gets that win on the road, they drop to the 7th seed, and Pittsburgh is the number 4 seed. How that lands, all right? So going into Monday night with the way we pick these games, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think we all pick these like this is what we think is going to happen, not necessarily what we want to happen. But
I picked, except for the divisionals, I was a little aggressive, but yeah, I have faith. I have faith in the upsets for our teams.
Okay. So if all those games fall into place the way that we just laid it out, right? You go into Monday Night Football, the Eagles 6-2, the Packers 5-2-1. The Eagles are the number 2 seed behind the Seattle Seahawks. The Packers are the number 3 seed, right? Leading the North as it sits right there. Remember, we gave the Bears a win here. Y'all ain't going to like this, boys. You ready? If the Eagles win this ball game, okay, all of a sudden the Packers are the 6th seed and the Bears are leading the North.
Ay.
Think about that. That's a lot.
Jacob definitely just threw up in his mouth there.
I swear, it came up. I had to swallow it down.
Now, Ed Madden says Packers going to win this game. They're good and pissed. I agree with that. I think you're going to get the best version of the Packers. They're going to be focused, pissed off. Now, they got to go out there and do it, right? But I don't even want to know, man. I was over here talking, trying to.
Come on, Emilio. What are you doing, man?
Get it together, Emilio. Get your head out of the gutter, dude. All right. If the Packers win, so if they lose, they're the 6th seed, right? If they win, all of a sudden they're the number 2 seed in the NFC. Me likey that, Jan.
Yeah.
Don't like that matchup, though, with the Panthers coming in the Lambeau with that first playoff game. That sucks. But, and again, the teams on the bye week this week are the Bengals. They're not really a team, but they're in the league. The Dallas Cowboys, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans, too. Nobody will miss them. We won't even know they're not playing this week. So that's the way that'll go. What do y'all think, man? Get your all's thoughts on it. I thought that was cool. Maybe we can do this moving forward once a week and just kind of see the slate of games and see how everything's going to fall into place. But what do y'all think?
I think it's a great exercise. Super cool. Really, really like the way that this kind of shows you the different scenarios. And yeah, I mean, like we said, it'd be nice if we could screenshot this and then check and see how we actually did. Maybe check that on a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday or something like that. And that way we can kind of hold each other accountable and also see the different scenarios that could have been kind of thing.
Can you just go back and have Jackson Dart whoop the Bears real fast? I just want to see.
See, I know this is why I wanted to do it to me. I'm glad you said that, man. Let's take a look at it. So there's the Bears game, right? Again, with the Bears winning, that's how that falls into place. If the Giants win, the Bears go from 6-3 and second place in the North, and also the number 6 seed. They drop out of the playoffs and they're the number 3 team in the NFC North. Now, let's say that happens and the Packers lose to the Eagles. Let's see what changes there if it'll load up. Come on now, don't do this to me. You serious right now? You serious, Clark? You won't let me
serious, Clark.
I got to hit up, Y. I don't know. What do I got to do here?
Oh, yeah, you do. You just got
65%. 65%. That's what we.
That may be the end of the exercise, guys.
Nice. See, this is why I don't ask questions.
I mean, I think this is just this is a sign that the Packers going to beat the Eagles. What do you think?
Can't remove that. It's in stone.
All right, it'll let me click there. Let's see if that fixes it now. It does not. There it is, guys. Packers going to win. I wanted to see. I mean, let's think about it. Let's try to troubleshoot it here a little bit. If the Packers lose that game, they fall to what would be 5-3-1,
Mm-hmm.
and in the North, they would still be in the lead in the North, wouldn't they?
Yeah, if everybody else loses. That's
yeah. So basically, it would take the. Did we pick the Lions to lose?
Yeah,
we did, didn't we? Where are they at? Why okay, got it. So we picked the Commanders to win. So let's say the Lions. Well, we can't do it now. It's over. Never mind. This sucks. Everything fell apart. It absolutely
You're ready to
fell apart.
go.
But I think we got a little bit better idea of how this week kind of.
Absolutely.
It's week 10, but man, there's a lot on the line, dude.
That's exactly what it showed me, Clay, is how much movement there is just in that. I mean, just in 5-6 games, just in the 1 o'clock window, there's going to be movement in there, and then you follow out through the rest of the night. It's time, right? Football season's here in full force. We're past that halfway point, and you're closing in now.
It's just like college football right now. Holy cow, man! Every week's a playoff game for some of these teams.
Yeah.
Every week, just like Tennessee last week. That essentially, you got to have a lot go right for them to get into the college football playoff now. And I love the fact that college football is feeling more like the pros now in that regard. Jacob, you got anything else you want to add here, man? Anything in terms of what we just covered? Anything at all?
Not necessarily for that specifically, but I didn't know if you guys had already covered it, but I've seen a couple different chats coming through. Just Chris Casual and saying prayers up to Marshawn Nealand. I saw a bunch of the other ones to his friends and family, and just tragedy. I'm not going to speak on any specifics because it's still early, but I mean, football is a vicious game. The CTE is an absolute real thing. Not sure if that's exactly what the case is, but it's a tragedy, an absolute tragedy. I know that was one of me and Tim's guys, kind of a smaller school, if I can remember correctly, but absolute physical freak and had the world in front of him. And sometimes, if you ever have ever struggling with any sort of mental health, anything, like talk to your bros, man. I know I don't want to speak out of turn here, but we've had this group chat with these crazy guys here at this podcast, and there's been so many times that we've leaned on each other through a lot of pretty dark times, and it helps, man. It helps.
I think that extends into the chat here too, man. Just seeing how everybody gets along in the chat and everything. Yeah. It's a really cool environment that everybody's had a part in creating, man. But yeah, that sucks. And I think it got confirmed what it was. And he was definitely dealing with obviously mental health issues, as many people are. It just sucks to see such a young person. I mean, he's just a kid still when you think about it, man. It's just crazy. Was he a second-round pick last year? Am I thinking right, guys? Or was that this year?
It was this year, I thought.
This year, Emilio, or was it last year?
I was trying to find him. I thought it was this.
Let me see.
No, I think it was last year.
Was it last year? That's what I was thinking. Okay.
Yeah, last year. Okay.
Either way, what is he, 24 years old, 25?
Yeah,
24, I thought.
Yeah, 24.
It brought back so many memories of like I think his name was Sturzik or Strezik, however you say his name. It played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Another guy that dealt with CTE in 2012. You know, obviously tragically lost his life. And then, of course, you had Mike Webster, which was patient zero in the CTE stuff, who was just tormented the last few years of his life. And these guys, you know, the young guys, don't get me wrong, the danger is just as much there as – I don't want to say just as much there because technology has come along. You get the Guardian caps, which has got concussions way down. That's why I've got to mute people when they complain about how the Guardian caps look. I don't give a rat's ass what it looks like, man. You're talking about saving people's lives and helping people. These guys have families. They've got a mom, they got a dad, they got a brother, they got a sister. In most cases, they got kids, they got wives, and I can deal with a weird looking helmet to make sure these guys stay as safe as they possibly can. But the players like Mike Webster back in the day, and like I said, Strelzik and all these other guys. Mike Webster's one of those dudes, Hall of Fame center, paved the way, absolutely paved the way for the way the game is. He played the game the right way, playing in what they call the pit, right? When you're at the offensive line, basically what it is you may not have symptoms of a concussion, but they said every time those helmets were cracking back then, it was basically what they called a micro concussion. Mm-hmm. And that's the stuff that really sets up the protein and all that stuff that causes CTE. And it's just, it's devastating, man. This is how bad it got for Mike Webster. They said he was homeless and living in his van. And they said one of the guys that talked to him before he lost his life, that it had gotten so bad, the pain was so bad from the CTE and everything else, just the brain damage and his whole body was just battered from playing the game as hard as he did. He had a stun gun, and he would shock himself in the leg until he went unconscious. That's the only way he could go to sleep. It'd gotten that bad. So, again, just think about that when we're watching games on Sunday and we get mad. I get mad too sometimes. Like, they're running the game when you see a big hit and they throw a flag, and it's like, man, that's what used to make the game great. It's just not worth it, man. We can adjust, right? We can all adjust. Just like we have in other things in life, right? Things are better every year, hopefully. So, yeah. There you go. Ed Madden said it best, man. Makes you remember that football is just a game. Absolutely. And these are human beings with families and everything else. So. All right, guys. Appreciate everybody. This was fun. We'll be back tomorrow, definitely 6 p.m. Central for PTA Live, if everything goes as planned on my end. I'll also be doing probably multiple live streams throughout the day, these little 15, 20-minute episodes I've been doing. I get a few minutes, something breaks loose, we get some injury information or whatever, we'll go live immediately and get that content out to you guys as quick as possible. It's pretty cool earlier, man. Just randomly went live, 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes notice, set up the stream, had almost 350 people watching live. It was a blast sitting here talking ball. So, appreciate you was joining.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Everybody have a wonderful evening. And again, special shout out to Randy Cleavers. He reached out to me, so we're going to get that Romeo Dobbs jersey sent over to him. He was the winner of that. And thanks to everyone who donated to OperationHorsesHill.org, giving back to those veterans that have given so much to us. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Jacob, say something smart.
Guten Morgen. Guten Evening.
Here we go.
We're out. Bye, guys.